Let me make sure I've got this right. Last time he lost the popular vote essentially by almost 8 million. And this time he won the popular by almost 5 million. So you want me to believe that this guy, who already lost last time, who lost the popular vote in 2016 and 2020, got 13 million votes more popular after January 6th, after 91 felony indictments, after 34 felony convictions, after espionage charges, after the E. Jean Carroll sexual assault rulings, 2 of them, 2 juries, after his CFO went to prison twice, after every lawyer that ever met him got disbarred and half of them put in jail. His rallies were smaller than they've ever been. And even in venues that were 5,000 and 7,000, he couldn't fill them. And people were leaving before they were over. And he's 13 million votes more popular? I don't buy it. Sorry, I don't know if that's what y'all want to hear or not, but I don't fucking buy it, man. I don't buy it any more than I buy him saying that 100,000 people turned out to his New Jersey rally when it was proven that the space only holds 30,000 and wasn't full. I don't buy it any more than him saying he got shot by an AR-15 bullet, but his ear magically healed and there's not even a scratch or scar to show from a bullet this big hitting him in the ear. I don't buy it. I don't buy any of it. I think, I don't know. I'm not cocky. I'm not cocky enough to tell you what's happening, but I don't buy this. And I'm interested to see if the real United States government is going to buy it. I still have faith in my government to do what has to be done to handle these people. Donald Trump is a Russian asset. He is. And if you don't believe that, it doesn't make it less true. If you are a low information voter and you don't understand what I'm saying by that, it doesn't make it less true just because you don't know information or understand. You can go, there ain't no Russian collusion. Hey, America, patriot. You being stupid doesn't make it not true. He's a Russian asset. He hired a Russian agent to run his 2016 campaign. One of the things the guy went to jail for was for being a Russian agent and not registering as a Russian agent. That was one of his charges. His job right before working for Trump was to work for a pro-Russia Ukrainian candidate who got run out of the Ukraine for being a Russian and fled to Russia. When Paul Manafort came to work for Trump, he owed Oleg Deripaska $60 million, but he came to work for Donald Trump for free. I mean, I can list 10 other connections to Russia. But I mean, Elon Musk with his Starlink satellite internet, Russia said, hey, we want you to shut it off over Ukraine so they can't use it, but we can use it to attack them. And he did. And he did the same thing for China in their situation with Taiwan. They're both having regular conversations with Russia. These guys are Russian assets. This whole thing, this whole Trump thing going back a long time, this is all Russia. Every bit of it. And if you're supporting it, you're a fucking idiot. You're one of the dumbest people in American history. You're an unwitting Russian pawn. And even though I'm telling you this to your face, and you have a supercomputer in your pocket that you could go research it with, you won't, because you're that fucking stupid. You'd rather double down on your mistake than admit how fucking stupid you are. And that's a shame. That's pitiful. You're not a patriot. You're a fucking idiot. That's all I got for now, gang.
For the Hispanic, Latino, minority Trump voter who thinks they're all set, what do you think denaturalization means?
For those of you who don't know, don't worry. I'll interpret it for you. It's the removal of citizenship. Yeah, Congress can do that. So for a lot of you Latinos that think that because you're naturalized, you're safe, no, you can lose your citizenship. And deportation is immediate once that happens. And that's Stephen Miller, the white supremacist they've always had a plan. Again, the Republican Party is the party of white supremacy. They've always had a plan to use their vote, and once they get the vote of the Latinos that are foolish enough to vote for them, then they discard you. They don't want immigrants here. Even if you're naturalized or have citizenship, it's never been about being here legally. It's about stripping your rights away so that you're not part of the equation and you're not at that table. You fucked around and now you're gonna find out.
What if we had a Black Project 2025? Hear me out. I know it sounds crazy, but this is my vision. What if all of us were to get into a group? Okay, I'm talking doctors, lawyers, engineers. There's so many of us that are so talented, and we were to work together with our own Black agenda for 2025. I'm talking opening up Black-owned grocery stores in certain cities, Black-owned banks, so that way we can actually get our home loans and do what we need to do, our own doctor's offices, our own law practices, and we really were to just congregate and push towards our goals and our outcomes, right? And so this is how I envision it going. We can all get into this group. We can all donate what we have to donate on a monthly basis. And then basically we can have a CEO, we can have a CMO, and we can have a CFO that's in charge of leading the groups with the initiatives, right? We could have bi-weekly, monthly calls in regards to where we stand with our goals. So, okay, guys, we want a Black-owned grocery store in Los Angeles built and developed, August 2025. This is where we stand. This is how much we have funded. This is what's needed. This is where we are in the process. And we just go from there. And so we can just kind of congregate. And then on top of that, in this group, we could also just have a massive directory of Black-owned businesses. So that means that everyone that joins this group swears off of purchasing from these large corporations. I'm talking Black-owned coffee brands, clothing, everything you guys can think of, toiletries, like down to everything, like body washes, everything we use and consume on a daily basis. It is no longer purchased from these large corporations. It is purchased from one another. And I think that we can create so much wealth amongst ourselves just by strictly swearing off of supporting large corporations and only supporting one another, and also congregating to create our own agenda. Now, I know that there have been people who have tried to do this before in the past, and I know that we struggle as a community to trust one another. I don't really care about all that right now. I just personally feel like if we are able to put our pride aside and get it done, I feel like it could be one of the most impactful things done in Black history. Like maybe there is a silver lining in Kamala not being able to get into office, because as a community, we just become that much more tight knit. Do you get where I'm coming from? I don't know. I know it sounds crazy, but I just feel like this is something that we should do. And I feel like I feel very strongly about the ability for us to transform our community and the perception of African-American individuals if we were to really finally come together.